So I finally got a Switch 2. Yes, welcome back, it's been a little while. This is just a quick recap video on the stuff that I picked up between the last one and now pretty much. So that's all of July and August. Starting here, of course, I did get my hands on a Nintendo Switch 2. This was partially a gift from my parents for my birthday. They helped pay for some of it, which was very kind of them. But I had saved up on my own, so I got a whole bunch of other bullshit as well, you know? Obviously, I had to get the controller. It's been pretty great, except for the D-pad. Like, the feel of it is fantastic, the sticks are fantastic. The only issue is that the D-pad, I can't go down in a list without it thinking that I want to press left or right. It's a bit worrying, but you know, it's pretty good. Got me case, of course. I got the generic default one, just because, I don't know, it was easy and it came with a screen protector, which I have not put on yet. Here's that. And for the game I got Donkey Kong Bonanza. I have not got any other Switch 2 exclusive games yet. There aren't many of them really out, but Donkey Kong has been pretty good. Nowhere near as good as Odyssey, but definitely worth getting. I'm not going to show you the dock and anything like that, because you get the idea. I got a Switch 2, you know. I happened to get a stack of a few packs of Pokemon cards. Nothing big hits. I got this Ordinary. I got this Meloetta, which is nice, and I believe there was a Hydreigon from Surging Sparks, but in Japanese. Where is that? Yeah, here he is. For completeness, I'll show it to you, even though this is just a stack of Pokemon cards, you know. Let's move into something a little more interesting. These are Shakespeare's tragedies and Shakespeare's histories. You can see this one here as the tragedies, and these are too big to fit on the camera. Doing this kind of gives you a bit of perspective, but yeah, these are really, really old. I think at least 100 years old. But I happened to find these in an antique shop while looking for a gift, actually. And I ended up coming home with something for myself because I am very bad at buying gifts. But this is beautiful. Big, beautiful volume collection with the illustrations. It's just wonderful. It has pictures of actors from like productions of these plays. I'm not sure if it's going to show up on the zoomed out camera very well, but this is wonderful. Tragedies. And then this one's histories. Same deal. It does rub off on your hands a little. The leather, I guess. But yeah, these are awesome. I found these for $20 each. Well, they were 25, but I am a master of haggling, and I got them down to 20. My brother got me this old television. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it, but he said it was on Facebook Marketplace cheap, and I like using old game consoles, so I guess that's thoughtful, isn't it? And then I also received a couple of chocolates and little things like that, as well as Five Nights at Freddy's on Steam from my friend for my birthday. Not much else to show here. Suragaya strikes once again. I got an order of these two items plus a figure. I'll do figures in a separate thing. But this is Mega Man ZX, one of the best games on the DS, one of my favorite Mega Man games of all time. And somehow, I didn't have it physically, so I found this for $11 and I got it. Now I've got ZX and ZX Advent and Zero Collection all physically on my DS, which is very nice. I love you, Mega Man ZX. And this is really weird. This is a 2004 Nintendo World Platinum member event thing for Club Nintendo. Basically, if you spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars with Club Nintendo in Japan in 2004, you could get this as a little gift in the mail. And it's a little golden statue of Mario. Mine's a little beat up on the outside because it is pre-owned, but this was a bargain. I found this for like, what was it, $25, something like that? That's an amiibo price. Transition. Yes, I got some more amiibo, quite a few actually. I put in a Nintendo order with the Nintendo store online, mainly because they had this one, mainly because they had these two in stock, and I really did not want to miss out on a Wolf Link in the box and a Bowser wedding in the box, because now I have all three Wedding Odyssey guys in the box. But I also got K. Rool because I was, you know, in a Donkey Kong-ish mood, and he looks very cool. And then I got Incin because I haven't seen him in the store in the wild, I think ever really, and I think he's funny. I like Incineroar. I also happened to find Joker for $10 at Big W, so I snatched him up while I could. I'm so sorry to my friends that missed out. And I got the Donkey Kong one with Bonanza, which is very cool. I haven't used it in the game yet, actually, because I wanted to get the unlock reward naturally. And then I also grabbed Pyra and Mithra, partially because I am genuinely one of the 7 people that like Xenoblade 2, but also because, I mean, I'm already so close to getting all of the DLC characters. I mean, I've got Joker right there. I don't have Hero. I've got Banjo coming. I've got Terry coming. I've got Byleth coming. I've got Min Min in my friend's possession to give to me. I've got Steve and Alex over there. I've got Sephiroth. I've got these 2. Sora is in the shops right now, so I could go get him. That just leaves Kazuya Mishima. And then I've got them all on Plant, I guess. But yeah, anyway, Xenoblade 2's kind of cool. I'm not gonna say it's good, but it's kind of cool. And a shuttlecock, if you know, you know. About figures, I got a couple of pop-up parades and a Master Stars figure. I'll do all of those together in the figures video that I promised like 2 months ago. I made a terrarium. It's not very good, but it's surviving more than a few days, so I'll show you. You can see it's foggy because I've just misted it, but I think it's a pretty cute little terrarium. I took the material from the end of the horse paddock, so this was a natural configuration where there was... It basically looked exactly like this. I just rearranged it a bit and planted some things. I think that's pretty cool. Hopefully it survives. I mean, this one I did of the water next to the dam has survived quite well. You can see the sphagnum is propagated in there. And there's a lichen that's growing, and it's come out the top. I mean, it's doing not too badly. So we'll see. And the meat and potatoes for today is a set of books that I got, actually, on Facebook Marketplace from an old man who... His wife passed away, or died, if you are that way inclined. And she had a whole bunch of books that he said he didn't want, and he was giving them away, so I took a little drive, said hello, and now I'm a proud owner of many, many old books. They're not that old, but they're decently old, maybe 50 years. Okay, in no particular order besides color of the books, we've got Utopia. I believe these color-coded ones were part of a book club where they would send them out to all of the members. But I'm not familiar with what all of these actually are. I didn't go through and look at them individually. I just said, yeah, I'll come and pick up your box of old books. But yeah, the first book of Utopia, Against Tribulation. This seems like a history book, but I'm not sure. Someone will have to let me know. The Advancement of Learning by Bacon. Probably not Kevin Bacon, but you can see the woman was quite a way into these. She was clearly an academic. Rest in peace. Thus Spake Zarathustra by Nietzsche. I don't know how you pronounce his name, but it's Friedrich, right? Maybe this is the inspiration of the name of Thus Spoke Kishbelohan. I'm not sure, but Nietzsche, I probably should read this one. Ethics by Spinoza. Origin and Nature of Emotions. These are all heavy topics. There are some fiction ones there. Plato's The Republic. I've heard of this. And Aristotle's book just titled Politics. I don't think he personally published this in the 70s, but you know, what do I know? There's a whole bunch of books with this cover. This is Homer's The Iliad, which is obviously very famous. And I believe these are all just classic novels. And I've heard of like most of them, so... Franz Kafka's The Trial. Kafka is very, very influential. I am interested in his work probably more than anyone else here. He's actually the inspiration of the name of the Bayonetta weapon, Kafka, because the Metamorphosis is a story about a man transforming into an insect, and that's the insect bow. I don't know. Cool trivia for you. We've got Anton Chekhov's plays, like Chekhov's gun, I'm assuming, that same Chekhov, but I'm not sure. Cellini's The Life of Benvenuto Cellini. Is this an autobiography? I'm not sure. I don't think I've even read that title out loud yet. I don't know what this is. I feel stupid when I do this. The Life of Dr. Johnson by James Boswell. The Gallic War and Other Writings by Julius Caesar. Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. I don't know how you pronounce that, but Brave New World, that's a famous one. The Voyage of the Beagle by Charles Darwin. I've actually been told that I write in a very Darwin-esque style by one of my professors, so I probably should read this. Candide and Other Tales by Voltaire. Probably not the same Voltaire that, you know, vaults are named after, but maybe. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne. This one is incredibly famous. These ones look like a book club. I believe it says in one of the interiors. The Notre Dame du Paris, or du Paris, Heron Books in London. Does it say? No. Some of them say that this was like a book club thing that they would send out. So I guess this woman was an avid reader. But yeah, the Notre Dame de Paris, Madame Bovary, which I have not heard of. The Lady of the Camellias by Dumas. Is it? I've heard of Dumas. The Chartreuse of Parma? I have not heard of this one either. There's a lot of reading I should be doing. These silly ones with the gross looking covers, Helga's Web. This is the book club ones I was thinking of. The companion book club, there you go. So I'm guessing they would send a few of these out to the members each year. It does feel kind of weird that the old man would give away so much of his wife's hobby, but I'm not complaining. Levkas Man by Hammond Innes. I think I've heard of that. The Salamander by Morris West. On the Night of the Seventh Moon by Victoria Holt. Catch Me a Colobus, which I have not heard of. Colobu, I don't know, but this is a different year, I think, 'cause it's a different color. Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky. I don't know how you pronounce that name, but it reminds me of Dushtal. The Oxford Companion to Classical Literature. And it really is. Wow, she was really serious about this shit. And Franklin Woolman Pen. I have no idea what this even is. Is this a guy? It might be a guy. Yeah, I think it's a guy. Anyway, this one's a unique volume. Pride and Prejudice, of course, by Austen. The Way of All Flesh by Samuel Butler. The Way of All Flesh by Samuel Butler. Are these separate volumes, or is it? Interesting, they're the same book. I wonder why she has two copies of this one. Wuthering Heights, like the Wither from Minecraft. The Last Days of Pompeii. More book club ones. The Mask of the Andes, like the mountains. I'm assuming it's like a very, very Eurocentric book, as most of these are. Snowline. Summer of the Red Wolf. Golden Soak, another Inez. I guess he's prolific. I have not heard of him. Margaret's boyhood friend Margaret and the Wine Merchant. Catchy. This one doesn't look like it's been read very much. Target 5. Moonraker's Bride. The Malin Streak. This 3 sets book, there's 1, 2, 3 there, you see, is an intellectual and cultural history of the Western world, and these ones look really pretty. I'm not sure how much of this I'm going to get through. This seems like very heavy reading. D.H. Lawrence Complete Works. I've heard of this guy. That's The Rainbow. That's Lady Chatterley's Lover. We've got here Tolstoy's War and Peace Volume 3 and 2 and 1. And then in this set with the strange symbols we have Somerset Maugham's Complete Works, The Razor's Edge, Ashenden, Cakes and Ale, Of Human Bondage Part 2. This one was used a lot. And no, it's nothing to do with sex. Creatures of Circumstance, The Moon and Sixpence, and Lisa of Lambeth. And there you have it. That's a lot. I'm definitely not going to get through every book there, but I think it's a really awesome thing to have, just to have a beautiful library of old books you can pull out and try for a little while. I'm going to try and have a bookshelf wall in my new room when we build the house, so hopefully half of these make it there, along with the rest of the books that I've shown you before, and many, many more that you haven't seen. Thank you very much for watching. Look forward to the figure one, as well as the Pokemon card one, which I recorded but didn't edit. Look forward to an actual real video. I'm working on a Shiny Mega Evolution video, so I'll see you then.